Yes, sir. Hey guys, Jose here. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I have a new handheld right here in the house for me to review. We'll just turn it off. Well, this is the Anbernic RG35XX. Yes, look how beautiful this looks. It is kind of small and it just looks amazing, this horizontal way. Which, by the way, this little device has already a big brother. This is the little brother of the RG35XX Plus, which I did a video review not too long ago. And look at that, side to side, brothers and sisters right here. So if you're familiar with this device, you're pretty much going to be very familiar with this one. The biggest difference is just the form design. So this is horizontal design, this is vertical. This one has analog sticks, this one doesn't, but it just depends on which one you like. I'm actually going to make a comparison just a little bit, but first let me introduce you to this amazing device. So if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about this and my experience so far, and if it's worked for you and which one you should get, stick around to this video. Welcome to the channel. I'm Joster, and let's do this. So I want to give thanks to geekbuying.com for sending this unit for me to review. You can also purchase yours for only $74.99. And also, this is also depending on what type of memory you get. There's also 128 gig. This is only $83.99. But there's more. I also have a discount coupon, so you can purchase this instead of $83.99. You can get it for $79.99. And the 64 gig model, you can get it for $69.99. So make sure you use those discount codes. I'm going to leave everything in the description of this video. And they have more things for sale too. They have the Galileo, the GameSeer G8 Galileo. I love this device. I have it. I love it. And I also have Anker headphones and earbuds. I love Anker headphones. So yes, you can buy some other products from there. Oh, and I also have a code for the RG35XX Plus as well. So I'm going to leave links and discount codes in the description of the video if you want to purchase them directly from geekbuying.com. Let's do this. All right, so first of all, guys, let me give you a walk around. Let me give you a little tour. Over here on top, what do we have here? The shoulder buttons, L1, L2, and R2, R1 right here on top. Also, we have two USB Type-C ports. One is going to be for charging. The other one is going to be OTG, so you can connect maybe some like a controller, something like that. Over here, we have a headphone jack, just in case if you want to connect your headphones. And then we have a mini HDMI port if you want to connect this device to maybe your TV or a monitor. And then over here on the side, we have the volume rocker, up and down volume. Then over here at the bottom, what do we have here? Two memory card slots. Right now I'm using just one. This has the operating system and some games. And then the other one, this one is empty, but you can add more games to this one, which is really nice. And then we also have two stereo speakers, which sound really good, as a matter of fact. And then over here we have the power button and then the reset button. Oh yeah, also we forgot about this button. This button is just to go to the main menu, just like that. And over here we get into the options, and then you can also turn off the device. So yeah, that's pretty much what this button does. Then right here in the back we have these little pads right here. This is for like better grip, but honestly, you know, let me just turn off a little bit. Honestly, when I'm using it, like my fingers are not even there. My fingers are mostly in this area right here. So I don't know, maybe it's just I got bigger hands, but I really like this design. So I have the purple transparent version, which is really nice. Look at that. Look at that color. If you like purple, if you like transparent, this is probably going to be the best choice for you. But you can also buy it in black and also transparent white. So gaming with this device is actually a lot of fun. Most of the games run very good, but I noticed, so for example, if you like to play some PSP games, not all of the games run very smoothly, but for the most part they do. One of my favorite games is the Pac-Man Championship. This game is from PSP, and honestly, I never played it before, until now, and it looks beautiful. I love the colors, the sound, the graphics on this game. It looks absolutely beautiful. So if you haven't played this game, I highly recommend it to you. Another one of my favorites right here on PSP is Metal Slug XX. This game runs very smooth on this device. There are no issues, and the game is actually a lot of fun. I never played this type of game before. It's actually a lot of fun. So if you like Metal Slug, you should definitely get this device. Now keep in mind that all these games are the ones that are going to be already included. Alright, so you don't need to download any games or anything. These are going to be already included. Oh my god, they killed me. Now there are going to be other games that are more demanding graphically, so they're not going to run very smooth, but they're still playable. For example, I'm playing here God of War, and honestly the movement of Kratos, it feels kind of in slow motion. You guys notice that? It's a little bit like a stuttering here, and the movements are just not as smooth. But if you don't mind that, you can still play this game here. It's just amazing that it's able to actually load these graphics, because this game is very demanding for this type of device. And that is going to be the same case with Sega Dreamcast. Some of these games are going to run kind of smooth, some of them are not going to run very well. So it's just a matter of trying the games that you have here. For example, in Dreamcast we only have 12 options, and Crazy Taxi is here and it's going to run okay. So for example, if you like fighting games, Capcom has the Street Fighter Third Strike. This is one of my favorite Street Fighter games. So look at that. The games run very smooth. And I actually like using the D-pad in this gameplay. It's very responsive, although I did notice that D-pad is a little bit like, how can I say, like raised a little bit and a little bit slim compared to the other, for example, the RG35XX Plus. But still, it is very responsive, and it does all the commands that I ask for. I'm getting my ass kicked right now, but the D-pad works very, very good. But just in case, if you don't want to use the D-pad, you have the option of the analog stick. I feel like the analog sticks are even more responsive. Look at that. All the Hadoukens are working out. The helicopter kick. And then my power just came out perfectly good. So you have those options now. That is the beauty about this. Another classic fighting game is King of Fighters. If you like those fighting games, this is going to be also available right here. This is from Game Boy Color, I believe, but it's a classic and it's available and it runs very good. And I like to play it with the analog sticks. I just feel like the analog sticks does make a big difference. It's a big improvement. So yes, I like that. So more cool features about these devices is that, for example, for once, they have Wi-Fi connectivity. In this case, you can connect to the internet, and if you have a Retro Achievements account, you can connect your Retro Achievements account here and get those achievements from those different types of games. Another cool feature is that you have Bluetooth connectivity. You have the Bluetooth connector right here on this device, and with that, you can connect a remote controller, for example, an Xbox remote controller, and you'll be able to play using an Xbox controller. And also they do have this mini HDMI connector right here. So this way you can connect these devices to either a TV or maybe a monitor, and you'll be able to play with the monitor in like a bigger screen, which I have done that with the RG35XX Plus, and it works perfectly fine. But one more thing I like about these devices is that using the Wi-Fi connectivity, you can connect them both together and play multiplayer games. Let's go into Mario Kart. So here we go, Super Mario Kart. And then on this one, we're going to go into Super Mario Kart 2. Now, one thing I noticed is that this has this little borders on each side. I haven't figured out how to take them off. If you guys know how to, please let me know in the comments below, because I haven't been able to remove those borders. I want to use the full screen. So let's go into the menu. Let's go into NetPlay. And then let's go into host. start netplay host, and then you have join as one netplay host. So netplay host is already turned on. You got to make sure that you're connected to the same network. Now we're going to go into RetroArch as well. Let's go into netplay, and then let's go into refresh netplay land list, and I'm here, Super Mario Kart. So I connect to this one, and now I am connected to this. You guys can see that little sign at the bottom. So now let's go and play. I'm gonna play together. So I'm gonna get to choose. I want to play with Mario, and this one is going to be Luigi. Let's play in the mushroom cup. And there you go. Now we're able to play together. Isn't that cool? So since I'm not able to use this other, I'm not even looking. But yes, it is possible. It's a lot of fun. So now when my daughter comes back home from school, I'm gonna tell her to play Mario Kart with me. So this device also reminds me a lot of another Anbernic, very classic device, and I'll show you right now which one is it. This is the Anbernic RG35XM. I got this as a gift maybe about, I don't know, like 2 years ago from my wife. And what I like about this device, and I also wanted it metal, was the metal design. What I don't like about this device is how heavy this is compared to this one. Oh my God, this is very, very heavy. I never thought about that. I always thought like metal was going to be like better, you know, like a premium. But at the same time, it is very heavy, especially if you're holding it when you're sleeping on your bed, which I do a lot, and you're holding it, your arms will get tired eventually. Now, compared to this one, oh my God, this plastic one, it's just so much lighter. And then one other thing I noticed is that the screen, it's a little bit different. This one is a little bit bigger. This is probably like a 16:9 aspect ratio. This is more like a square. Since this screen is a little bit more like a widescreen compared to this one, the characters' face look a little bit more stretched out. This one looks more natural looking. And I also like the IPS screen. For some reason, it does look more colorful, more vibrant colors. So yes, alright guys, so now that I have tested both of these devices, which one would I recommend to you? Well, first of all, this one is a little bit cheaper. The RG35XX Plus, roughly around $70, while the H model or the horizontal model, it's a little bit more expensive, $5 difference. But honestly, I do like the analog sticks. I do like the addition of the analog sticks. It does make a difference. On top of that, remember this device has dual speakers, dual stereo speakers, compared to the 35XX Plus. It only has one single speaker and it's mono. So the sound is actually pretty good, but it is much better on the H model or the horizontal model. Another thing I noticed is that, for example, in the back, in order for you to remove the battery, you're gonna have to open this or remove these 4 screws and open this whole back. Now on the 35XX Plus, there's only one little screw. You open the door and that's it. You replace the battery right away. Those are the biggest difference that I noticed. Well, besides that, this is a vertical format. Now I noticed like some people were thinking that the screen is actually bigger on the vertical format, and it's not bigger. It's actually the same size, 3.5 inches. The thing is, like this screen, it just covers, there's like nothing else here. That's why it makes it look like the screen is actually bigger. And compared to the horizontal version, there's like this part right here. So it makes the screen look a little bit slimmer, but no, it is actually the same exact screen. Both screens perform the same way I like it. So there's not a big difference on that. What I do like about this device, first of all, I love how this device, the color is designed. This looks totally retro. So every time people see this, they just fall in love with how it looks, because this looks like a classic Game Boy, to be honest. You know, is the colors, the button colors, the gray. I mean, it looks just like a classic Game Boy. This one looks something different. It's not bad, but it just doesn't look like the classic Game Boy that we grew up with. So yes, I like this design. Another thing I noticed is that for me, I feel like it's just more comfortable holding this device like this. And as a matter of fact, my index fingers, they just land exactly in this shoulder buttons. It feels like this is perfectly designed for my hands, even though it's a little bit smaller compared to, for example, the R36S. This is a little bit smaller, but it feels very comfortable. And when I'm holding this device, my fingers, when I'm touching the shoulder buttons, my fingers, they don't feel that comfortable, even though these are actually very well designed. I like how they are in these little areas, and this one's a little bit lifted, so should be easier. But naturally, I feel like I'm more comfortable with this vertical version. So that's it for this video. If you guys enjoy it, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I will truly appreciate that. And don't forget to use that link I'm going to leave in the description of the video and the discount code so you can order it right away. Thank you so much. I'm Joster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Joster out.